Okay, so the scene starts off with the squad doing dragon racing, and I know someone in the crowd is mad as hell, probably all messed up, cause Snotlout and Fishlegs are over here giving the sheep to Roughnut cause for some reason they fallen in love with her. I know someone in the crowd's got their life savings or 5 shillings on Buddy with that nightmare dragon, just for him to give up his points to a girl that looks like fine shit back in the Victorian times. And she ain't even messing with the both of them, told Fishlegs to back up. He's trying to hit with the, you got Snap? Phone number? I'm new out here, IG. So Astrid wins the race after stealing the black sheep from the twins, which is worth 10 points, and we cut to Toothless and Hiccup flying around. And bro done developed a whole suit and helmet to fly around in, and I ain't gonna lie, he got that shit on though. Very clean. And this opening sequence of them flying about is just beautiful. The score and the visuals were absolute cinema. Hiccup then tells Toothless he wants to try something now again, locking Toothless's back wing, unhooking himself and falling off Toothless. So they fall for a bit, and turns out Hiccup's been putting in work for the last 5-year time skip. He opens his arms and legs, and bro done invented the Spider-Man wingsuit, allowing him to glide around with Toothless. And this scene right here is another reason why if someone asked me what power I would have, I would instantly say fly. It just looks way too peaceful. I'm not like Paolo over here who would say time control. Buddy was in pure disbelief of what he would do. Hiccup then flies through a cloud and a massive stone tower appears in front of him. Toothless tries to save him, but his wing is locked into glide mode. Buddy cannot go up, so he shoots at the rock, destroying it, and grabs Hiccup, landing on another rock tower, practically recreating the scene from the first movie. Hiccup then gets up, taking off his helmet, and bro's really all grown up. I feel like a proud dad. But Toothless is over here mad as hell cause the impact will mess up his epic level, throwing a rock at Hiccup's head. But Hiccup peeps that he discovered a new place on Earth and decides to call it Itchy Armpit. These Vikings can never cook up with names. And as he's drawing this new place, Astrid pulls up, and like I said in the last vid, the glow up goes crazy. Hiccup has to be up there with the greats in terms of scouting ability. Astrid sits down, they get to talking, and we find out that Stoick was Hiccup to become the next chief right now. Bro's been chief for 20 years plus, he's trying to go on holiday. And after hearing this, Astrid is happy as hell, hitting bro with a straight right to the stomach. But Hiccup says he ain't trying to do all that, being chief is his dad's thing, not his. It's just way too much of a drag. They both then sit down, Astrid starts to braid his hair, about to give bro 2 pigtails, and Hiccup sees smoke coming from the place he just discovered. They fly over to check it out just to see a forest looking like the dam upside down and a base destroyed by a block of ice. They fly around the ice and get caught lacking by a group of dragon catchers. Astrid gets hit, they catch her, but Stormfly gets captured, falling down into the ship. They fly down and Hiccup pulls out a sword made out of fire. What was bro working on these past 5 years? Had to have turned into Tony Stark or something. Buddy built a fire sword out of rocks and wood, but Buddy over here just starts to crash out, saying that dragon catching is hard enough, and dragon riders that keep coming, destroying their bases and stealing their dragons makes it 10 times harder for them to produce for Drago BloodFist. Had Astrid and Hiccup confused, they ain't never seen that guy in their damn life, J Money. Hiccup then tries to explain that they weren't the ones that destroyed their base or stole their dragons, but Erit over here ain't trying to hear none of that, telling his men to charge in. Toothless shoots at the ice, making it fall, causing a bunch of the guards to fall to the ground, and Hiccup unties Stormfly with his fire sword and they fly off. But before we continue, I would like to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Manta Sleep, with their state-of-the-art eye masks. You know, most eye mask businesses just grab a bit of fabric, slap on a string and call it a day. No, Manta Sleep really paid attention to detail and took their time to create the most optimal and comfortable eye mask on the planet. For all my side sleepers, they have unique C-shaped eye cups for comfortable sleep, and you can even increase the width of these eye cups in case you look like Sid the Sloth over here, or reduce them if you have eyes like a South Park character. And for all the Richard Jefferson twins, don't worry, the masks are infinitely adjustable to your head. They also have such a wide range of products to choose from, going from the Manta Sound to the Manta Pro, Manta Silk, Manta Default, Manta Weighted, Manta Cool, Manta Steam and Manta Kids. But that's enough about the features. I've had an amazing personal experience with this mask. After getting the Manta Sleep Mask Pro Carbon Black, cause you know we like to stay mysterious over here, I've used this every single night to this day. It completely blocks out all light, allowing you to sleep peacefully. It could be broad daylight, put these on, you wouldn't see a thing. So if you're watching this video right now and you're interested, go down to mantasleep.uk and cop your first step to better sleep. And you know I got you, use the code RONAX12 to get 10% off. That's RONAIX12. Thank you Manta Sleep for partnering with me, and let's get back to the video. Hiccup then pulls back up to the village, telling his dad what happened, saying the name Drago BloodFist. And after hearing this name, his dad immediately starts tweaking, telling everyone to close every door and lock every gate. No Viking or dragon should leave the island until he says so. But Hiccup's over here saying why cower and wait for Buddy to come to them. He's trying to pull up on Drago and hit with that talk no jutsu to change his mind. Buddy thinks everything is sunshine and rainbows. Stoick tells him no, go, but Hiccup is just way too stubborn. Bro hops on Toothless and flies out regardless, with Astrid following after him cause she has to back her man. They then pull up on Eric and his crew, forcing them to take them as prisoners to lead them straight to Drago. He even gives them his fire sword, showing that it also has a zipple back gas and explode feature. Eric then asks why he even wants to go to Drago, and Hiccup says he's gonna change his mind about dragons, got everyone laughing in his face. But just as Hiccup's about to show Eric how he's gonna do this, he gets snatched up by a random dragon. Toothless then climbs up going to save him, but turns out it's just Snotlout and the rest of the crew. And Ruffnut is over here geeked out after seeing Eric, even allowing herself to be captured by the net he just shot. This is exactly how girls feel after seeing Marlon, me, Duke Dennis and Michael B. Jordan. They just can't nerf us. Hiccup then jumps off the nightmare, glides back down into the ship asking them why they're even here, and both Gobba and Stoick pull up on their dragons. And Stoick done called his dragon Skull Crusher. I just know it's the sweetest dragon known to man. Should've called it Cupcake, would have been the most menacing thing on the planet. Stoick then jumps off his dragon, pushes Eric out the way, Gobba hits him with a mace to the head, and Grump puts his head on him, got him feeling like he's taking one for the team. Stoick then starts to shout at Hiccup, and we get some backstory on why bro's so worried about Drago BloodFist, seeing that Drago pulled up to one of their meetings a long time ago, saying that he could save them from the tyranny of the dragons, and that he was the only one that could control the dragons, but the only way he would do this for them is if they bow down to him. Everyone done laughed in his face, get a load of this guy. Drago then leaves, and armored dragons smash through the top of the building, destroying everything. Stoick was the only one that survived. Whole mood done changed real quick, went from laughing to sad in an instant. But Hiccup over here is still being stubborn, saying that he still wants to try change Drago's mind, flying off. Astrid tries to fly off with him, but Stoick tells her to lead everyone back to Berk. He's had enough mutiny for the day. That's another good vocabulary right there. Last couple of vids I've been adding new words to my vocabulary, yes sir. And Ruffnut's over here still geeked out, forcing bro to take the kiss. I would have had to wash my mouth for at least a week straight. We then cut to Hiccup flying. He hears a scream sounding like he's Franklin Saint, and out of nowhere a random person, man, woman, I don't know, it's 2025, pulls up on him with a shield and a staff. They fly in front of him on a dragon, and another dragon pulls up out of nowhere, grabbing Hiccup from behind, causing Toothless to fall all the way down into the icy water. The weird person takes Hiccup away, and Toothless gets captured by Squirtle in the water. They then bring Hiccup to an island made out with the same eyes that destroyed the dragon catcher's base earlier. They put him down, and Hiccup gets straight to showing off all his moves, pulling out his fire sword and showing off the zipple back gas and light feature. The weird person then pulls back up, telling his dragons to bring in Toothless. The dragons then create some light, and the person peeps that Toothless is actually trying to protect Hiccup. They then drop their shield and staff, pulling up on Toothless, somehow knocking him out with ease, then calls up the Hiccup out here moving around like they're Tarzan. They then peep the scar on Hiccup's chin and immediately starts to back up, taking off their helmet and revealing that it's a woman, and for some reason she knows Hiccup's name. And Hiccup's over here confused, acting like he's just been given the phone to talk to a relative, and they're over here saying they changed his nappies when he was 5 months old. Gang, I don't know you. But she then tells him that she's his mom. And after dropping this big bomb of news, she don't even tell him nothing, just tells him to pull up. She wants to show him something. Gang, you can't just say something like that and not explain. We then cut to Stoick and Gobba looking for Hiccup, and they end up finding his helmet that Toothless dropped into the water. Got bro extra worried now, so he tells Skull Crusher to track him down using his scent. We then cut back to Hiccup as he's following his mom through a tunnel, and as he's trying to ask questions, she ain't even answering a single one, just told bro to keep following. They then come out the tunnel, and Hiccup peeps an open area full of dragons. Turns out this is where she's been for the last 20 years. She's been rescuing them, and the dragons here ain't never seen a night fury. They over here harassing Toothless, smelling his bum. Oh yeah, that's an instant fade. His mom then pulls up on Toothless, and we find out that he may be the last of his kind, and he's actually the same age as Hiccup. She then asks what Stoick thinks about this, and Hiccup tells her both him and the village are changed people. Everyone's got a dragon now, but she tells him to stop capping. None of them can change, and we get some backstory on what actually happened the day she went missing. There was a dragon attack, and she was trying to stop people from hurting the dragons. Buddy over here was looking at her crazy, about to go tell Stoick to get his girl. He was holding himself back from hitting her with that axe, but she then peeps that a dragon is breaking into her own house. She runs in grabbing a sword, but sees that the dragon is just playing with baby Hiccup. But the dragon peeps that Val is in the room and turns, accidentally giving Hiccup the scar that's on his chin. To this day, it pulls up on Val, and turns out the dragon ain't want no smoke. Val peeps this and realizes that the dragons are just intelligent beings with personalities just like themselves. But Stoick pulls up, throwing the axe, getting the dragon all riled up. He jumps over the fire, grabbing Hiccup, but the dragon already done took Val, flying off, leaving Stoick and Hiccup by themselves. But Cloud Jumper over here ain't never meant to hurt her. He just decided to bring her back to the crib to meet the Bewilderbeast, the alpha species. Calling yourself the alpha is crazy work. I just know Buddy makes 30k a year and thinks of himself as a high value man. But we then find out that he was the one that created this whole base as a safe haven for dragons, and that all the dragons here listen to him except from the YNs. They don't listen to nobody. The alpha then pulls up on them. Toothless over here gets stunned and he hits Hiccup with some eyes, turning bro into Jack Frost. But Val then tells him they gotta go, it's time for feeding. We then cut to Eric, and Astrid and the rest of the squad done disobeyed Stoick, pulling up, kidnapping Eric and forcing him to show him the way to Drago. He says no at first, so Astrid hits that Batman interrogation, dropping him. On his way down to his demise, he tells him he will lead them and Astrid catches him again. So they fly off to Drago, and we cut to Hiccup as he's just spending time with his mum and she's just teaching him a bunch of new things. Got me reminiscing on my mum helping me out with my maths homework. Got one question wrong and she'll pull out that belt thinking it would add plus 10 attributes to my IQ. Gang, that's not how it works. And as they're flying, Hiccup decides to show her a trick of his own, jumping off Toothless and they're playing his wingsuit, flying alongside them. But he turns around just to see another giant rock. Toothless flies over, catching him, and they land in the snow. They get up and Toothless is over here mad as hell again, hitting Hiccup with a sweep. Val then pulls up and she starts apologizing to Hiccup for not being there for the last 20 years, but says they can start over and she can show him a bunch of new tricks, like the spikes on Toothless's back can open, making him faster and more agile. And Hiccup's over here hyped now that his mom said they can both go talk to Drago together. Drago? His mom's on the side with Stoick, saying that bro's a madman, there's no talking to him, and says that it's time to go back to the crib. Astrid and the rest of the squad then finally make it to Drago's base. I thought this was a one-man type of thing, but he's got a whole fleet of ships. But as they're investigating, they end up getting snuck from behind with their dragons getting hit with tranquilizers. Stormfly was the only one that managed to get away, so they get captured and taken to Drago, and the Nightmare's over here tweaking, trying to escape. Drago walks up, telling them to drop the ropes. The Nightmare tries to burn bro alive, but he protects himself using his cape that's made out of dragon skin. He then grabs his staff and starts swinging it around, barking in Buddy's face like he's ISO speed, immediately putting fear into the Nightmare's heart, got bro cowering down to him. And Drago gon' put his foot on his head, the ultimate disrespect. This has to be up there with spitting. Eric then tries to sweet talk Drago, but he grabs him by the neck, choking him out. Pause. Drago then finds out that there's other dragon riders, and Astrid over here gets straight to glazing her man, saying that Hiccup's the greatest dragon master to ever live, and if they don't let them go right now, he's about to blast through it on his night free, destroying all their bolts to splinters. I'm crying. Drago over here said he's the only one that controls the dragons. Got the whole squad laughing in his face. Drago then tells his men to set a course for Berk. They're about to go find their alpha and destroy the whole island. Astrid over here really thought her plan was about to work. Nope. Drago then says to take care of Eric, but Stormfly pulls up defending him, blocking all the attacks, but gets hit with a tranquilizer dart straight after. We then cut back to Hiccup and Toothless as they're getting ready to leave to talk to Drago regardless of what his mom said. But before they can leave, Stoick and Goba pull up, saying they getting them out of here. And on the way through the tunnel, Hiccup's trying to brace Stoick on what he's about to see. Goba sees it first and is absolutely horrified, told bro to handle it on his own. Had to go take a seat to reevaluate his whole life. That's the type of seat you take when your report card is cooked and you know that whipping is about to be insane. Stoick pulls out his sword walking free, but the minute he sees Val, his eyes immediately light up. He drops the sword, takes off his helmet and starts walking up to her. And Val's over here backing up, trying to explain the reason why she was gone so long. But Stoick holds her face and says, "You're as beautiful as the day I lost you," and gives her a kiss. Yo, I'm writing that one down. That was an elite goal. I ain't seen this type of longevity since LeBron. Bro's been out the game for 20 years and still know how to score. But we then cut to Astrid and the rest of the crew, and Dragon's trying to make them walk the plank. Eric turns around, tells Astrid to duck, kicking both the guards, and grabs the spear, unlocking himself. He grabs the other spear, knocks one of the guards out, and the other hits his own teammate with a tranquilizer. He hits her right, Fishlegs hits her belly bar, and Eric grabs the dart, shooting at one of the guards trying to escape. The squad then come up with a plan to free all the dragons, and as Eric's winding the gears, Roughnut's over here geeked out again. She ain't even keeping watch, just staring at bro's muscles. He eventually opens up the cage, climbs in, and the Stormfly inside, and he says he wants to repay her for saving his life earlier. And back at the Alpha's base, the Haddocks are over here looking like one big happy family, with them making lunch for the whole crew. Stoick then tries to sing a song to Val that they both know. At first she's reluctant, and Goba's over here doing the most. Stoick looked at him crazy, told bro to stop messing mixing up the two-man. But Val eventually comes around doing the dance and singing the song with Stoick. They don't put on the whole performance. And after, Val agrees to come back home with them to live as a family. But they don't even get 4 fucking seconds to live happily together, cause they peep that all the dragons are starting to leave, and Val runs outside to see that Drago BloodFist and his whole army done pulled up, firing missiles at the base. Val says the plan is to save the dragons, but this done turned into an all-out battle, looking like the one scene from Civil War. The squad then break out their cages after hiding in there with their dragons, and start destroying the other cages, freeing the other ones. But Roughneck falls off her dragons, not allowing Fishlegs catch her, and maybe it's just from this angle, cause she starts looking at them like they're me and Duke Dennis. That boy Fishlegs has more jiggle physics than Lucia from GTA 6. Hiccup and the rest of the family then pull up, saving Astrid and Erit. Hiccup then tells Astrid that the reason he's been gone is cause he's been catching up with his mom, as she makes her entrance with the Bewilderbeast behind her. The aura farming is insane, there was no need to pull up like this. Had to let the enemy know that she is really like that. But Drago's over here smiling at the fact they done pulled out the alpha, talking about this is finally an interesting fight. These are the type of guys that say they punch metal for fun, just keep your distance. Val then gets shot down, Drago pulls up on her, and no time was wasted. They immediately start squabbling. Block, kick back, and Drago over here says he brought a challenger to take on the alpha. Turning around, waving his staff, and starts barking again. And he gon' pull out his own alpha to fight Val's, but this was black. Man. I ain't know we had different races of dragons. Val then hits Drago in the back, he pimp slaps her down, steps on her chest, takes off her helmet, and just as he's about to end her, Stoick pulls up, shoulder check and bro onto the floor. He helps Val back up, and she leaves to go stop the alphas while these two duke it out. And I thought Stoick was just one of them big dudes that spam heavy attacks hoping they hit. I was sorely mistaken, buddy's really got hands. Weave, grab arm, punch to the face, liver shot, spin elbow to the liver again, and a backhand. Bro made Drago his son in an instant. Val then pulls up in between the two alphas, trying to get them to stop fighting, talking about some stop guys, this isn't you, but gets told to move out the way instantly as they continue with their squabbles. And this shot with the two pairs of the alphas fighting is absolute cinema. Stoick then gets hit with a backhand, but Gobba pulls up with the drive-by assist, throwing him a mace, and he hits Drago in the face with it. Realistically, he should have taken off his whole face. The two alphas then continue fighting, slamming heads like they're me and LeBron over here. The black one pushes his head up, puts bro in a headlock and slams him onto the floor. And then bro go end the fight, pushing his horns into the alpha's stomach. The black one then establishes himself as the alpha, taking control of all the dragons, and Drago commands him to go after Val. I don't know what type of weave this was, she must have stick drift or something. Stoick then hops on Skullcrusher going to help out. Val gets hit by a dragon falling off hers, but Stoick jumps off his, hitting about a 50-foot jump, catching her into the side of the mountain, slows his fall down with his axe and hides from the alpha. What type of athletic ability does this man possess? I've already seen this level from LeBron. Hiccup then pulls up on Drago, and Drago done copy Tai Lung word for word, bar for bar, saying that he's disappointed in the great dragon master. Bro looks like a bum. And Hiccup's over here trying to hit him with that Talk No Jutsu, telling him to stop this madness, saying that dragons are beautiful creatures, but he just don't have the same XP that Naruto has. It don't work. Drago takes off his arm, and turns out bro's the Winter Soldier. The dragons done ravaged his village, killed his family, and took his arm. And that backstory done turned bro into a villain. He's just trying to control all the dragons and take over the whole world. Most generic villain I've seen all year. Buddy, pick something different. You couldn't spice it up at all. Drago then starts waving around his staff again, screaming and shouting, waving over the new alpha. Stoick and Val peep this running over, and Drago tells the alpha to take control of Toothless. And Toothless immediately starts tweaking, trying to use all his willpower to fight the mind control. But the alpha eventually takes control, and Drago tells the alpha to command Toothless to backdoor his own mans. Toothless then starts to walk Hiccup down. Bro's a real representation of seeing nothing but red. Stoick throws the axe at the rope, causing the plank to fall down, runs on it and jumps off it. Toothless then gets ready to take the shot, and just as he takes it, Stoick pulls up, pushing Hiccup out the way and taking the blast.
No! Why you doing that? That's my God!
Can we please just have a moment of silence for a real one? And if you don't mind, I would like to say some words. Stoic the Vast was an amazing man. Bro would squabble with dragons with his bare fist and win. He was a great father, a great husband, and a great chief. You will be missed. Drago and the alpha then leave, releasing the mind control from Toothless, and everyone else then pulls up to see Stoick. And Toothless is over here confused. He'll remember a single thing, pulling up the Stoick and rubbing his head on his hand. But Hiccup's over here acting like chop shit just made the first move, pushing him away and telling him to leave. Drago then rallies up all the dragons, including the squads, and he gon' pull Toothless out the air and ride, bro. Pause. Saying that they're heading for Berk. And I don't know how Drago learned how to control Toothless's back wing in like 2 seconds. He didn't even need a manual. So they leave and we get this hella sad scene where they have a funeral for Stoick, putting him on a boat and lighting it on fire. I'm surprised none of them missed the arrow. Hiccup also comes into realization that Stoick was right, a chief protects his own, saying that they're going back to protect Berk, but they're gonna have to take the YN dragons cause the alpha couldn't control them. They won't listen to nobody. Drago then pulls up to Berk, taking over all their dragons and tells them that their chief is dead, and he gonna ice the whole village for absolutely no reason. Yeah, buddy's just a madman. I just know he be spamming the black forces or the black Tims, either one is nefarious work. Type of guy to get his first poll and start looking at everyone crazy. But the squad then pull up on their baby dragons to see that the whole village has been turned into a piece of modern art. Astrid and the rest of the squad get to distracting the alpha while Hiccup pulls up on Toothless and Drago, and literally through the power of friendship, Hiccup's able to get Toothless to resist the alpha's control. Had Drago over here confused, he never had a friend in his life. So Toothless throws Drago off him, he lands on the alpha and Hiccup dives down, landing on Toothless, flying up just in time. They fly over, ripping some fabric off a flag, weave the ice, and Hiccup wraps the fabric around Toothless's eyes, saying they need to block out the alpha. They then pull back up to Drago. Hiccup locks Toothless's back wing, Toothless flies up, weaving the ice, and Drago's over here laughing, thinking they're running away. No. Whole time Hiccup's gone from Toothless's back. He pulls up on Drago, flying past, activating the zipple bag's stank breath that makes it explode, knocking Drago off the alpha and falling onto the floor. But the tail of the alpha is about to smack into Hiccup just like it did in the last movie. Hiccup over here is about to have insane PTSD just like Rudy Goldberg. I seen bro in about 10 different dog highlights. I just know he's mad at it. But Toothless opens up the spikes on his back, flies over, catches Hiccup, and they just about manage to make it out this time. They then pull up on Drago. Hiccup throws his fire sword at him, stopping him from grabbing his staff, and Hiccup's over here saying it's over, but the alpha pulls up behind him and hits both of them with a blast of ice. And Hiccup's mom pulls up thinking her son has turned into Captain America. She done found and lost her husband and son in the same day. Has to be one of these invincible variants. But the ice starts to glow blue, it explodes, the smoke clears, and we see that Toothless over here done unlock Super Saiyan Blue. He jumps onto the ice and starts challenging the alpha, lighting buddy up with a bunch of blasts. Weave blasted the face and then jumps down to Hiccup, calling all the other dragons over to his side. Had Drago over here panicking, jumping back onto the alpha and telling both to do something. Hiccup and Toothless then jump back onto the ice with all the dragons behind them, telling Drago to end this, it's over. Both trying to push solo squads, gang, you are not like that. But Drago's over here standing on business, telling the alpha to attack. But Toothless shoots the alpha in the face and tells the other dragons to do the same. And they must have put a switch on their blast cause they start lighting the alpha up. Got Drago over here trying to hide behind one of the spikes. And he even gets his arm blown up by one of his previously owned dragons. I just know bro's been itching to get his get back. The shots then stop, the alpha goes to attack, but Toothless shoots him again in the face, knocking off half of his tusk, even hitting the roar after just to assert himself as the new alpha. And after feeling that blast, the alpha realized that he no longer wants to smoke, diving into the water with Drago on his back. And we just have to assume that Drago is dead here. I don't believe it. I don't know if he pulls up in the next movie or not, but if he doesn't, I just know he's out there plotting his next appearance. Anyway, so the squad then celebrate the win with the dragons bowing down to Toothless as the new alpha. Got me reminiscing about my Teen Wolf days. After seeing Scott become the alpha, I immediately slapped in some red contacts thinking that was that guy. Hiccup then gives Skull Crusher to Eric as his new caterer since Stoick's gone, and then becomes the new chief of the village with everyone celebrating and the dragons creating fireworks. But this is now the end of the movie, another absolute banger. That boy Toothless knows how to stay clean with his new form. And part 3 coming soon for you guys. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this vid. All glory to God, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.